Tacoma, Washington, weighing in at 206 pounds, he is one half of the WCWC Tag Team Champions, Magnum Mike Santiago.
Welcome to the West Coast Wrestling Connection on PDX TV. Joe V and Jeff Aiken at ringside, and we're kicking off tonight with one half of the Tag Team Champions, Mike Santiago.
And his opponent, introducing from Charlestown, Massachusetts, weighing in tonight at 310 pounds, he is the one-man wrecking machine, Mikey O'Shea.
All right, well, Jeff Aiken, Mikey O'Shea making his West Coast Wrestling Connection debut tonight against Mike Santiago, and this guy came to play.
Yeah, he did. Not a small guy at all, Joe V. Look at those arms. Look at that trunk. This guy came ready to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is a huge night tonight here on the WC. We know that we are going to see Othello against Big Duke in some sort of match. We don't know what that is. I understand we're going to find out very shortly what that match will be, but lots of great action tonight. We're kicking off once again with Mike Santiago and Mikey O'Shea. Now, Mikey O'Shea making his debut here on PDX TV, but this is a man with, this is no rookie, folks. This is a man with an extensive resume, has worked in championship wrestling from Hollywood and other top promotions. A big man who can move.
That he can, and conspicuous by his absence tonight, Joe V. Ethan HD, Mike Santiago out here on his own. That's something we don't see from the American Guns very often, but I'm going to tell you something. Mike Santiago is the kind of competitor that while Ethan HD is a great insurance policy, he doesn't need him ringside.
Absolutely not. Mike Santiago can take care of business on his own. Now, he likes to cut any corner he can.
Whoa.
Look out.
Look at the speed of Mikey O'Shea.
Now, Mikey O'Shea is probably outweighs Mike Santiago by about 100 pounds, but he's moving every bit as quick as the heat-seeking Puerto Rican. Look at this. Leapfrog.
Look at that. Wow. And he throws Santiago halfway across the ring. Santiago runs to the corner. He wants a breather, but it ain't coming. Scoops him up and just drives him into the center of the mat. Look at that intensity.
The elevation from this 300-plus pounder Mikey O'Shea on Mike Santiago, quite impressive. You know, he's got the flames on his tights. I've heard people compare this young man to a young Bam Bam Bigelow, one of the all-time greats. A big man who can really move and surprise you, catch you off guard.
I'll give this guy $1,000 if he does a cartwheel in the ring right now.
Mikey O'Shea coming to us, native of the East Coast, proud of his Irish heritage. And boy, look at that. Mike Santiago not feeling the luck of the Irish right there. You know, he may have thought, I don't want to speak for Mike Santiago, but he may have thought, look, I'm going to be facing some new guy. Never heard of him, nothing to worry about. Well, you've got something to worry about in there with Mikey O'Shea.
Oh, wow. Went for a little too much too early right there, and he ate that little galvanized steel post. And every time you go one-on-one with, Mike Santiago taking advantage of that situation.
Yes, O'Shea's arm draped over that turnbuckle and driving his foot right into it was Mike Santiago there. So now, yes, he's going to work that left arm, work that shoulder, that elbow, basically try to make it a man wrestling a match with one arm.
Well, the thing is, Mikey O'Shea is going to be going for his gunslinger, and to really get that thing locked in, he's going to need that left arm. Mike Santiago clearly has done his homework, taking that arm out of the equation. Mikey O'Shea didn't expect to see him hanging in the corner this early in the match. Just speaks to the competitiveness of Mike Santiago. Oh, wow.
Mike Santiago's a jerk, but Mike Santiago is not a stupid man.
You said it.
He knows what he's
said
Look, he'll say it. He has no qualms with you calling him an antisocial you-know-what. But here's the thing. He knows his way around the ring. He does his homework. There's a reason he's one half of the Tag Team Champions. This man has cut every corner there is to cut. Makes no bones about it.
No.
But if you want to get in there and just mix it up, catch as catch can, hey,
he'll get
Mike
it done.
Santiago can do that too.
He will absolutely get it done.
He knows a variety of mat holds, submission holds, kind of a, let's see here. I think he was trying to go for something of a submission hold there on Mikey O'Shea for a second.
He was.
Catching him with the drop kick.
He was, but Mikey O'Shea has so much strength and so much power. It's going to take more than just leverage. Lateral press.
And Mike Santiago knows this. You've got to wear down a big man like Mikey O'Shea, take out that base from him. Obviously, a big man like that, you want to keep him on the mat, especially a guy like Mikey O'Shea who uses that agility to his advantage as well.
Well, and Mike Santiago is used to using his speed and his intensity to go after somebody, but Mikey O'Shea has matched him step for step through this matchup.
Yeah, and he outweighs him by 100 pounds. So
Easily.
What do you do if
Easily.
you're Mike Santiago? You know, you're, as you say, used to running circles around these guys, and here's a guy who can keep up with you. And, oh, by the way, he's a borderline super heavyweight.
Yeah, there's
Mikey
that.
O'Shea.
No big deal, but I'll tell you what, Mike Santiago doesn't get worried about that. I don't think that he worries about things like size or height or weight. He just worries about what's it going to take to knock this guy down on the mat for 3 seconds.
No, he doesn't worry about it because he knows he can cheat his way out of most situations, and he does.
Well said.
Does
well said.
Magic Mike Santiago. The guy, what me worry, like the old Mad
The old
magazine.
man, Alfred E. Newman
You
right
kids out
there.
there, you're too young to get that reference. Forget about it.
Google it.
Anyways,
Or have Siri
look
look
out,
up for you.
Mikey O'Shea.
Look at
Did you
that.
see that? Was that a standing enziguri there on
It
Mike
was.
Santiago?
He got like 20 feet off the ground on that thing.
Wow, Mike Santiago, I think he thought he had Mikey O'Shea dead to rights, and in an instant, Mikey O'Shea snaps up, hits him with that enziguri, but he's still recovering. Santiago's been working that arm. It's going to take a while to recover, but wow, what a comeback there by Mikey O'Shea.
When Mikey O'Shea's struggling to get up, and oh my, that clothesline. What a back elbow.
Using that right arm, as you can see, he's holding that left arm kind of limp there is
Yeah.
Mikey O'Shea, where Mike Santiago is working on it. It's kind of hard to keep up.
Look at that. You can see the pain on his face to use the left arm.
Oof, sidewalk slam there by
He can't
Mikey
capitalize.
O'Shea.
Roll over.
1, 2. It's kind of hard to keep. We got a Mikey and a Mike in there.
I know.
Who's your money on, Jeff?
I'll tell you what, I put my money on Michael.
Okay.
I feel good about Michael winning this matchup.
I got Miguel. So we're
Miguel.
even. Yes.
Es bueno.
All right, Mikey O'Shea. Look at it. Look at the face on Mikey O'Shea. He means business. Scooping up Mike Santiago. Drops behind.
Oh, and he hits
Lethal
it.
weapon. 1, 2.
Whoa! How did Mikey O'Shea kick out of that thing?
The lethal weapon.
Unbelievable.
That is one of the trademark moves of Mike Santiago, and O'Shea was able to escape. Now, the heat-seeking Puerto Rican headed up top. O'Shea stops him. Wow.
Joe, if this is what we're starting our night off with tonight, I can't even imagine what the rest of the night has in store. This is unbelievable.
Again, we know we're going to see Big Duke and Othello tonight in some sort of match in our main event. What's going on here? Is this going to be a superplex for Mikey O'Shea?
I hope they reinforce the ring.
I hope they reinforce the building.
Oh, come on. Right in front of the ref. Right in front of him.
Well, that's Mike Santiago for you. I can't say I'm surprised too much about that. The low blow knocking Mikey O'Shea back to the mat. And now waiting for his prey to get back to his feet is Mike Santiago. Cross body. Look out. Catches him in midair. Look at the strength of Mikey O'Shea.
He catches him. There it is. That was it, the gunslinger.
3.
Whoa, Mikey O'Shea.
Mikey O'Shea with the gunslinger. And the American gun was put back in his holster there was Mike Santiago. What an impressive victory.
Your winner of the match, the one-man wrecking machine.
No, wait, hold on a second.
Whoa, watch out.
O'Shea.
Ethan HD, Mike Santiago's tag team partner now in there with Mikey O'Shea.
Yeah, he
what
might
is
not
going
have been.
on here?
Look
Hold
who's
on a
coming
sec.
out now.
It's Gangrel. It's the Vampire Warrior Gangrel who has issues with the American gun.
That
They knocked
he
him out of
does.
the championship tournament. He's been looking for a partner to help him out.
Mike
And now he's
Santiago.
knocked. Whoa. Coming
we
to
got
the
2
aid
left.
of Mikey O'Shea.
We've got 2 left. Oh, wait a minute.
Mikey O'Shea and Gangrel in the ring together.
I'm no math magician, Joe V, but 2 and 2 to me, I don't know.
Gangrel
Could
said
be something.
He said he's been looking for a partner
That
to
he
take on
has.
the American guns.
Could this be it?
He
It
may
is.
have found one.
I think we've got it.
I think we'll be seeing more of Mikey O'Shea and Gangrel.
Once again, your winner, Mikey O'Shea.
All right, we'll be right back with more action on PDX TV.
Hope you're enjoying the action tonight with me right now. Well, I see why they called you the Wrecking Crew.
That's right, they call us the Wrecking Crew. And you all heard there's a big challenge out. Big Duke, I know you're one of the greatest wrestlers in the sport of professional wrestling. I know you're double tough. I know your history. I know all the people you beat up, and you're tough and you're a fighter. But brother, you got more guts than you do brains if you're asking for a match with this big man back here. You know what? You're not going to get that single match you're begging for. I don't know why you're begging for a beating like that, but you're not getting it yet. You want a match with a Wrecking Crew? It'll be a 6-man tag team match. You go get your partner, Cody. You go get Danny Duggan, and you bring it on. And you can take on the Wrecking Crew, but only in one way. And that's a 6-man tag team match. Get ready, Duggan. Get ready, all you boys, and beat us if you can.
Sports Radio 750 The Game is Portland's sports station.
Isn't that amazing?
Dan Patrick live mornings.
Oh!
Jim Rome 9 to noon.
The real eye-opener.
John Canzano noon to 3.
I get pedicures.
And Chad Doing 3 to 7. Portland's sports station 750 The Game.
Welcome back to the West Coast Wrestling Connection. Joining us now at ringside, Ashton Baton, and wow, what an outfit, Johnny Fairplay. Mr. Fairplay, nice to see you, sir. Nice to meet you. Welcome to the West Coast Wrestling Connection. We saw you here last week watching the match for Mr. Ashton Baton. You left together. Can I ask, what are you doing here in the WC, and what are you doing with Mr. Ashton Baton?
Obviously, these people love me, and why not? I'm Johnny Fairplay, the reality TV icon. And now, I don't know if you guys remember, but I was on this little show called Survivor, and single-handedly, I made that the #1 show in the world. And when I come here to West Coast Wrestling Connection, I'm like, wait a second, why don't I take that show to #1? But I'm not going to do it by myself. I am a superstar, and we all know that. I'm here to find more superstars. Starting here, Ashton Baton. Is this kid great?
He's a fantastic athlete. Are there other athletes you're looking at here in the WC, sir?
Oh, absolutely. The search isn't over yet, but first, we got to do a superstar selfie.
A superstar selfie? Is it? Okay. A superstar.
Oh, wow. Hashtag superstar selfie.
Gotcha.
So, look, I'm taking this guy to the top. 1 star down, 1 star to go.
Well, sir,
I wouldn't lie about that.
we've got a match coming up next. Do you want to stay at ringside and check it out in person?
This guy always tells the truth.
Are you going to stick around for this next match we have?
We're here. We're hanging out.
Okay, Johnny Fairplay and Ashton Baton taking a ringside seat for our next match.
From Sunnyvale, California, weighing 242 pounds of surgical steel and sex appeal, the world's sexiest doctor, Dr. Cleaver. And his tag team partner from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, by way of Corvallis, Oregon, weighing in tonight at 245 pounds, he is Mr. DDT Jonas Albert Robinson.
All right, Dr. Cleaver and Jonas Robinson getting ready for tag team action with Johnny Fairplay watching at ringside.
And their opponents. At a combined weight of 414 pounds, introducing first from Buffalo, New York, Dan Joseph, and his tag team partner from Cambridge, Massachusetts, Eric Wright.
All right, Jeff Aiken, 2 men that we saw in action last week against the tag team champions. Nice to see you, Dan.
Dan Joseph, one of my favorites.
Nice to see you, Dan Joseph and Eric Wright. Boy, they really took the tag team champions to the limit last week. Of course, Ethan HD and Mike Santiago were able to escape with the victory, but a good showing from the 2 men last week. Now, I'm a little discombobulated, I got to tell you. Johnny Fairplay's outfit.
Yeah. Wow.
I don't know what to make of that. I don't know what to make of the fact that this reality show star, and let's face it, he has a wrestling background too.
He does.
What he's doing here in the WC, apparently scouting talent. He's got his eye on Ashton Baton. He's apparently looking at these guys. I don't know what Johnny Fairplay's doing here at ringside. Yeah, I see it. Yeah, Johnny.
Well, I was asking myself, too,
Nice to see you.
what's the guy doing standing ringside wearing a pair of pajamas that look like that?
Apparently.
That's incredible.
Taking selfies, the superstar selfies.
Hashtag superstar selfie.
I forgot to add the hashtag.
It's a big deal, Joe. You can't forget that.
My apologies. Well, tag team action right now, and I've been told we actually announced this just before we went to break. In our next, or I should say, in our main event tonight, it's going to be a 6-man match. This has now been announced. Big Duke, TKO Cody Smith, Hotshot Danny Duggan against the Wrecking Crew, Jeremy Blanchard, Grappler 3, and the big man, Othello. That's going to be our main event tonight.
It's going to be incredible, Joe, but what great tag team match, what a great tag team match we have right now. But I have to wonder, last week when we saw Eric Wright and Dan Joseph wrestling, there was a little miscommunication between the two.
There was.
I'm really hoping over this past week they've been able to get past that. Eric Wright definitely showing a new face tonight.
Well, Eric Wright just, and he said this, he wants to kind of get back on the winning track. He had a couple of tough losses in recent weeks, and I don't know, he was caught off guard by the tag team champions. That happens to the best of them. But let's see if they can turn things around. We've got 2 men in here that they're facing, Dr. Cleaver and Jonas Albert Robinson, that these are 2 men that have been looking for guidance themselves. They were kind of flirting with the grappler. They were saying, hey, would you consider us for the Wrecking Crew? That didn't happen. So they're kind of free agents here in the WC. 2 men also looking to make an impact. Of course, different styles, different wrestling styles here. You got 2 bigger men in Jonas and Doc, and then Eric and Dan Joseph, of course, 2 men that use the high-flying maneuvers.
Oh, wow. He just licked Jonas Albert Robinson up by his skull. And dropped him down. We got a cover with the far leg. 2.
Deadlifted his head, which, if you look at the head of Jonas Robinson, that's no small feat. All right, Dan Joseph getting the tag there from Eric Wright. And what about this 6-man that we're going to see, this main event? Last week Big Duke said he wanted Othello in any match. Othello and Grappler then said, okay, but now they're saying, it's going to be a 6-man.
It's going to be a 6-man.
You get your guys, we'll get our guys, we'll see you tonight.
And that's going to be huge. The whole Wrecking Crew, not just standing ringside, but up on the apron. They're all going to be legal. This time it's going to be done by the rules.
1, 2.
Dr. Cleaver tried to get out there to make the save. Didn't quite need to. And look at that, just staring down Dan Joseph. Dan not letting go of that gaze.
Now, when you put together Ashton Vuitton and Johnny Fairplay, who are sitting there together at ringside, this is like when fashion worlds collide. You got the man who wears a fur coat to the ring against the man who wears, the upholstery of a 1972 Pinto. I mean, double elbow drop there by Dan Joseph and Eric Wright. What do you make of this apparent alliance between Ashton Vuitton and Johnny Fairplay?
I think it's fantastic, Joe. I mean, he called himself, a reality show icon.
Well, there may be something to that.
There's an argument to that, but Ashton Vuitton, they don't come any better looking. They don't come with better fashion sense than Ashton Vuitton. Really, I think that it's a match made in heaven.
Well, look, Ashton Vuitton, sure, I guess he looks good. Yeah, he's got a great body. He's a model, all that stuff. But you can go on the cover of GQ and do that somewhere else. This is a wrestling company. And
it
he
is
needs
a wrestling
to find
company.
Success in the wrestling ring. Where can Johnny Fairplay help him out in that regard, do you think?
Well, Johnny Fairplay's got quite an impressive wrestling resume, as we've talked about a little bit. And he can add that little piece that Ashton Vuitton may not have. That piece where, wow! Look at that. Taken to the air, Dan Joseph right on the back of Eric Wright, hooking that near leg, just a 1 count.
Dr. Cleaver, a man that's, as we said, also kind of looking to get not back on the winning track, because he's got some impressive victories here in the West Coast Wrestling Connection, make no mistake about it. But he didn't have a great showing in the championship tournament. I think he wants to get back in the title picture. Whew. And use that power, use that brute strength to his advantage and secure victories. And you talk about a face only a mother can love, and even that is dicey. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I'm not even sure what Mama Cleaver thinks, quite honestly.
I think Mama Cleaver prefers text messaging myself.
There you go. Jonas Robinson getting the tag. Dan Joseph there trapped. Boy, look at this. You got about 600 pounds a guy right there, maybe 500.
That is a dangerous position to be in. Right now, he's in there with Mr. DDT.
Yeah.
Jonas Albert Robinson, he can hit you with a DDT anywhere, anytime. And this is one of my favorites. He's going for that Jarvin stomp.
Now, does Jake Roberts know that Jonas Robinson calls himself Mr. DDT? He may take exception to that.
That's a good question.
Nickname there. Just throwing things out there.
That's a pretty darn good question.
Dr. Cleaver getting the tag, and in he comes. Oof, that size. What do you think that is? 13, 14?
I'm going to say 15, 16.
All right.
Easy.
You say so. Now dropping the elbow across Dan Joseph.
2 count there, hooking both legs. Great pinfall attempt by Dr. Cleaver. Cleaver's got power. He's got the skill. He can even match it up with you on the mat if you need to, but he just has that I'm just going to call it ugly power that he can just throw at you.
If I'm saying it to his face, I'll just call it power and leave out the
Yeah,
ugly.
that's good. That's
Yeah.
good.
But you may be onto something there. Yeah, just that
I'm using
raw brute
ugly.
strength.
Ugly is an adverb in this.
There
you
you
can
go.
go and figure out what the root is and all the etymology of it. But oh yeah, that looks good, Doc. That looks really good.
Now he calls himself the world's sexiest doctor.
He does.
I don't know if he's seen Grey's Anatomy or any doctor anywhere else. I'm not sure how he got the title of world's sexiest doctor.
Well, let's break this down a little bit. We've got three things. We've got doctor.
Yeah.
We've got sexy.
Yeah.
And we have est. I'm not sure any of those three go together here.
Well, I'm not going to tell him that. If he wants to call him the world's sexiest doctor, who am I to say no?
Hey, you know what? Maybe that's what Dan Joseph did.
Oh, look at that double suplex there by Jonas Robinson. And Dr. Cleaver now in control, but I got to say, Dan Joseph showing me something here. You got these two much larger men that have been taking it to Dan, and he's been able to withstand all of that and keep on coming, kicking out of these pinfall attempts.
Kicking out with gusto, but that ring is cut in half. Dr. Cleaver, Jonas Albert Robinson have had some nice quick tags, and he's fighting back, trying to push back into his corner.
Eric Wright
Oh,
is feeling
no.
antsy out there on the apron. Eric Wright wants to be tagged in. We saw this last week as well when they took on the tag team champions, did Dan Joseph and Eric Wright. Eric Wright was begging for a pin. He got a pin, and then, well, he ended up catching the pinfall.
Well, Cleaver on the outside just assaulting Dan Joseph, and the referee not letting Eric Wright into the ring. You can see that frustration on his face. Dan, look at that. He's just dragging himself back up. He's got almost no gas left in that
That is a
tank.
dangerous place to be where Dan Joseph is right now out there on the apron, but look at that, driving that shoulder into the gut of Jonas Robinson. Look at that German suplex. Wow, that was impressive, catapulting over the top rope like that.
Jonas Albert Robinson, he got dropped right on his head. He got picked up by it earlier. Now he just got dumped on it. I think whichever man gets to his feet first is going to have the advantage here by far. Jonas Albert Robinson, he rolls through, he gets a tag.
Here comes Eric Wright. Dropping Jonas Robinson.
Once again.
With another shot. Look at this. Back elbow by Mr. Eric Wright. Impressive. And up goes Jonas. Down goes Jonas Robinson. And once again, Eric Wright and Dan Joseph finally in control of this match.
Uh-oh.
Dr. Cleaver.
Oh, there it is, the ultimate miscommunication. Dr. Cleaver's like, what? And Eric Wright calls in Dan Joseph. We got the double team.
Double team move on Dr. Cleaver. Double atomic drop right into Jonas Robinson in the corner.
Dan Joseph can capitalize on the momentum, but Dr. Cleaver put a quick end to that, and that's what we call a precarious position right there.
What an impressive showing by Dan Joseph and Eric Wright against these two much larger competitors. But now coming back.
We've got the two. We've got
up
the two
top.
left in the ring.
Dan Joseph being set up here. It looks like perhaps a superplex
He's
by
really
Jonas
gonna do
Robinson.
this?
Wait, look out. Eric Wright has lifted him in an electric chair.
He comes off the
Cross
and he
body
goes
by
down.
Dan Joseph. Referee, turn around. 1, 2, 3.
And they do it.
Dan Joseph and Eric Wright secure the big victory.
Your winners of the match, Dan Joseph and Eric Wright.
Well, they are back on the winning side of the ledger. Eric Wright and Dan Joseph. What an impressive victory here tonight. I wonder if Johnny Fairplay.
Well,
he was
Dr.
impressed by
Cleaver,
that.
let's talk about Dr. Cleaver really quick, and just that look of utter disgust on his face.
Yeah, oh boy.
Not
he kind
happy
of,
at all.
Shot an ugly look there at Jonas Robinson.
This was their shot to take on Eric Wright, Dan Joseph, and really establish themselves in the tag team rankings.
Maybe
Dr.
a little
Cleaver.
trouble in paradise there between. Now wait a
Whoa,
hold
what,
on a
there
sec.
it is.
Johnny Fairplay is now gesturing towards Dr. Cleaver, as is Ashton Baton.
Johnny Fairplay, follow me, he says.
So now where are these guys going?
What is
We've got
happening?
Johnny Fairplay, Ashton Baton, and Dr. Cleaver powwowing. What is going on here?
I think Johnny Fairplay has got a game plan here, Joe.
Well, who knows what this man has up his very interestingly attired sleeve. We will have a lot more coming your way on PDX TV.
Hi again, wrestling fans. There seems to be a new face on the block here in the WC. It is this man, Alexander Hammerstone.
Well, Pat, anyone who calls themselves a wrestling fan should already know who I am. But for those who don't, they're in for a real treat tonight. You see, because night after night, town after town, when I look into the audience, I found that all wrestling fans, they're really the same. You see, when I look out, I see these stupid, ugly people with their dirty children. It's no wonder they look to someone like me as their hero. And this is a position that I humbly accept. You see, because I think it's time the West Coast Wrestling Connection got someone who's not only better looking than them, but someone who is truly better than them. I think it's time they got Alexander Hammerstone.
And he's coming up on PDX TV.
Introducing first, weighing in at 242 pounds, hailing from Valhalla, Alex Hammerstone.
Welcome back, everybody, to the
Accompanying
WC
Alex to the ring, Morty Lipschitz.
on PDX TV, and getting ready to make his debut in the WC, Alex Hammerstone.
And his opponent, from a very happy place, weighing in tonight at 210 pounds, Instant Karma.
All right, well, Instant Karma getting ready to take on Alex Hammerstone in his WC TV debut, but joining us at ringside, he is the legal counsel for the Wrecking Crew, Mr. Morty Lipschitz. Morty, great to see you.
John G., nice to see you as well, my friend. And
That's
you,
Joe. That's Joe V.
No, you're Joe, he's John.
It's Mr. Jeff when
I'm
you
Mr.
address me.
Lipschitz. Yeah, Alex Hammerstone, look at this man. I've been out helping the grappler try to find some new talent.
Yeah.
Look at that body.
Yeah, no
You're
joke.
jealous.
This guy is etched from granite.
He's the man is an impressive specimen. We'll see if he can wrestle. It's one thing to look good. It's another thing to be a great competitor in the ring. There, he's going to take on Instant Karma, Morty. So tell me, what is the grappler's interest? Is this man in the Wrecking Crew? Are you scouting him? Why are you here? I guess.
Grappler has asked me to do some scouting. I found this gentleman somewhere in some beach somewhere on one of my many vacations, Joe. And I said, let's bring this guy in, take a look at him. Grappler will watch the tape afterwards.
It looks like you found him on the movie set of Thor. I mean, this guy looks like the God of Thunder out there. Look at this guy, Jeff Aiken.
The God of Thunder and the God of rock and roll. And I tell you what, you can have all the bronzing in the world. You can hit the gym all the time, but you step into the ring with one of the hippies, especially Instant Karma, you have no idea what you're getting yourself into.
Well, he's given a peace sign to
look
Alex
at that.
Hammerstone.
Nope.
Apparently not going to give peace a chance,
Wow.
Alex Hammerstone.
Did you see just how much torque he had on that clubbing forearm? That's unbelievable.
My car has torque. What are you talking about here?
Yeah, exactly. Your car's got it. So does Alexander Hammerstone.
It's an Alexander. Excuse me.
Alexander Hammerstone.
I'm sorry. Don't tell him I called him Alex.
I'll never do that.
We got to cover. Just a 1 count there.
He's lucky he got that much. Hammerstone is so big and so strong, Jeff.
Well, he's so big and strong, and you know what that takes a lot of? It takes a lot of protein to maintain, and there's no one better than one of our best sponsors, Buffalo Wild Wings, to go and get your fill of delicious chicken wings and protein.
Ladies and gentlemen, the heavyweight champion of on-air plugs, Jeff Aiken. Thank you to our sponsors, Buffalo Wild Wings. Also, thank you to Sports 750.
What about our new sponsor, Voodoo Donuts?
Voodoo Donuts.
Buffalo Wild Wings. Whoa.
Yep. Sports 750 The Game. A lot of great companies that are really sponsoring the WC on PDX TV, making this all possible to bring you the best action here, not only in the Pacific Northwest, but some of the best wrestling action you'll find anywhere. Morty Lipschitz, what are you seeing so far? Is this man Wrecking Crew material?
He's barely even breaking a sweat, and the hippies having a rough go of it. I say so far so good.
Yes, I would think so. Now, I want to ask you, in our main event tonight, we're going to see the Wrecking Crew in action. We're going to see Othello, Jeremy Blanchard, and Grappler 3 against Danny Duggan. Oh, Big Duke. And TKO Cody Smith. Your thoughts on this match, sir?
It's going to be a tough match. Some very, very good combatants. That's an expensive word for wrestler.
Gotcha.
But I
Thank
think
you
the Wrecking
for that.
Crew, once again, will probably come out on top.
Well, that's a pretty safe bet coming from the legal counsel
I'm shocked.
of the Wrecking Crew.
I'm absolutely stunned.
Yeah, never would have guessed.
that
Never
Morty
would have
would go
guessed,
out
Morty, that you would have put
on
your
a
money
limb
on
like
that.
I got to raise $8.75 an hour now for $8.50. Things are going well in the Lipschitz law firm. Thank you for asking.
I don't doubt that.
$8.75.
No, $875.
What is Alexander Hammerstone? I don't know if you were watching this, gentlemen. Alexander Hammerstone was choking Instant Karma there in the corner and counting for the referee. He was making the count himself.
Well, and Joe, this is the thing: is there's no reason for Alexander Hammerstone to choke Instant Karma. He's just doing
Look
it
at
to
this.
insult him.
Look
He's
at
like,
this.
please,
Instant Karma offering some daisies apparently to Alexander Hammerstone. Well, that's nice.
Oh, he
I'm
likes
not
them.
sure how well this gesture will go over. Not
don't.
well at all.
Oh, dear.
I'm having a flashback to high school. Okay, Alexander Hammerstone throwing Instant Karma into the turnbuckle. Catching him with a shot is Instant Karma, but look out. Overhead suplex by Alexander Hammerstone. Wow, what strength.
There
from
is
this
such
man.
power and precision in everything that Alexander Hammerstone is doing in here. I think the Instant Karma is hoping for the instant part to happen.
And the look on Hammerstone's face.
Look at this
is just,
torture rack by Alexander Hammerstone. What's going to happen? Stonebreaker, he says. Oh!
Oh, wow, he broke that stone.
It's over. The fat lady's singing.
Whew. That's some bad karma right there, but a big victory for Alexander Hammerstone.
Your winner of the match, Alex Hammerstone.
Well, an impressive victory for the man in his WC debut. Alexander Hammerstone. Morty,
You'll
thank
be
you.
seeing more of Hammerstone. It's your pleasure, as
Yeah.
always, Joe.
Of course it is. We'll be right back with more on PDX TV.
Quite a debut tonight from Mikey O'Shea, but American Guns, once again, reprehensible actions in the ring after the match.
Welcome to Oregon, Mikey O'Shea. This isn't the glitz and glamour of Hollywood. This is hardcore, in-your-face, blue collar, and the American Guns have shown you why we are the top of the food chain. Tell them, Ethan.
And Gangrel, apparently the American Guns are a drug and you need a fix because you can't seem to get enough of us. Once again, excuse me?
This is Commissioner Quentin Michaels.
Of course. Well, one quick thing. I appreciate you wrestling Mikey O'Shea this afternoon, and I don't really appreciate the way that you handled yourselves. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make you guys wrestle next week for the tag team titles, Mikey O'Shea and Gangrel. Good luck, guys.
Oh, wow. Tremendous action, and there's more to come. Stay with us on PDX TV.
Sports Radio 750 The Game is Portland's sports station.
Isn't that amazing?
Dan Patrick live mornings.
Oh.
Jim Rome 9 to
A
noon.
real eye-opener.
John Canzano noon to 3.
I get pedicures.
And Chad Doing 3 to 7. Portland's sports station 750 The Game.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the WC on PDX TV. I'm joined at ringside right now by a true professional wrestling legend. She's a former WWE Women's Champion. She's held titles all over the world. Miss Leilani Kai. Miss Kai, welcome to the WC.
Thank you very much.
Now, hold on a second. I hear some music. And speaking of women's wrestling, fans, please welcome to the West Coast Wrestling Connection. This is Miss Kylie Sutton. Kylie, nice to see you here. Now, I was just informing our television audience, Miss Kai, of course, a legend of women's wrestling. You came here, I understand, to scout the talent, see the talent here in the WC. What are you doing here, though, first of all, Kylie?
I'm just so excited to see Leilani Kai being here. Oh, man, I can't even. It's an honor. You are a legend to women's wrestling. I mean, WrestleMania 1. You know, I watched you when I was a kid. So, you know what? It would be an honor if you could watch one of my matches. You know, I mean, like I said, I watched you when I was a baby. So I was.
Wait a minute. Are you calling me old?
No. I was not. No, I would never say something like that. No, that's not what I meant by that. No, I was just saying it would be such an.
Oh, jeez.
Leilani Kai?
How dare her call me old? Insinuating I'm old? Are you out of your mine?
Maybe we should take a break right now. Miss Kai, thank you for joining us.
You are not a very pretty woman. In fact, all that makeup you wear doesn't make your butt any smaller, and the fans are behind me 100%.
All right. Well, thank you, Leilani Kai. Are you okay?
Yeah, I wasn't trying to say it. I didn't mean anything by it. I was, you know.
All right. Well, Kylie, thank you for joining us. Folks, we still have the main event to come. We'll be right back with more of the WC on PDX TV.
The following contest is a six-man tag. Introducing first, representing the Wrecking Crew, Grappler 3, Jeremy Blanchard, and Othello, accompanied by the Grappler.
Well, there is a whole lot of man making his way to the ring right now, Jeff Aiken. It's main event time. Six-man action with the Grapplers Wrecking Crew.
And their opponents. From Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Big Duke. From Vancouver, British Columbia, TKO, Cody Smith. And your WC Heavyweight Champion, Hot Shot Danny Duggan.
All right, well, Jeff Aiken, some serious scores may be settled tonight. We've got Big Duke, TKO, Cody Smith, the Hot Shot Danny Duggan getting ready for main event action. I want to introduce to our television audience, we have the pleasure right now of being joined at the commentary position by the superstar himself, Matt Stryker. Sir, welcome. Nice.
The
nice
superstar
to see
himself.
you.
He's, I understand you're our teacher, so is it Mr. Stryker or Matt? Or
We can go anyway
you have a
here, it's
preference?
cool.
Will the two of you just shut up?
Sure.
Yeah, that's what
Like,
you need.
seriously.
That's what you need.
This is the most famous you're ever going to be. Enjoy it.
It's kind of disappointing, really.
All right, well, we got six-man action here right now. Now, Mr. Stryker, we saw you last week. You had an impressive victory on your PDX TV debut. Of course, wrestling fans all over the world know who you are, but your first victory on this television show. Now, you said after the match that you were ready for a championship match right now. You wanted the Hot Shot Danny Duggan.
That's your champion, Danny Duggan, a man that before the official even chimes the metallic device. This man, Danny Duggan, is basically everything that's wrong with wrestling.
How so?
How so?
Yes.
Look at him.
Well, he's a tremendous athlete. He takes on all comers. He fought Othello last week. I'm not sure exactly what is wrong with Danny Duggan.
Guys, understand something. There's the majors and the minors.
I understand.
There's Nolan Ryan, and then there's, I don't know, Danny Farquhar. How about that for a little, indigenous reference for you? But here's the thing. I'm Matt Stryker. I've been around the world. I've been to WrestleMania Cover here. I've called WrestleMania. I could do this all by myself.
I understand.
Danny Duggan is just kind of like the kind of guy that would just, maybe he'd get a mention on the internet if he wrestled against me. Or maybe his picture would be in the PWI 500 if he wrestled against me.
If he wrestled against you.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Well, then, sir, let me ask you then. Why is it that
Cover
you're
here.
Why is it that you've chosen to grace us with your presence if all of this is beneath you? Why did you want to be a part of the West Coast Wrestling Connection?
It's something that is near and dear to my heart. It's something that has been with me since I'm a child. It's something that my late great father instilled in me. Money! I am here for money.
Fair enough.
Okay?
Yeah, I
Got
get
it.
that.
Cannot argue with that motivation,
Money,
Mr. Stryker.
gelt,
Okay.
drachma, kashish, things of this nature.
Big Duke in there now with Grappler 3, TKO Cody Smith getting the tag there. We've got a history of issues here with several of these men. Big Duke has been going after Othello. Cody Smith's been going after Jeremy Blanchard. Jeff Aiken, it's all coming together in this one match.
It is. There's months of history that's coming together right now, and TKO Cody Smith has his hands on the grappler, but every single man wants a piece of every other single man in here, but really there's two pieces in here I want to call out. Big Duke and Othello in the ring, And I got to say it again, Matt Stryker and Danny Duggan. You're sitting here, he's in the ring. There's something to be said
A couple
there.
of things. One, this TKO fella looks like if Boris Zukov and Bam Bam Bigelow had a child. And as far as Danny Duggan goes, I don't care about Danny Duggan. I care about his title, because with his title becomes more money.
Wait, 1, 2, referee a little bit out of position there.
So it doesn't matter who the champion is. For all I care, the champion could be Jake the Milkman Milliman. I don't give a.
That was a couple years ago.
But you know what I mean?
Champ.
What I care about is the title. A title shot. Just give me one shot. It'll take me 6 minutes to beat this guy, and then the checks come in.
Now,
maybe 8.
Sir, no one's doubting your resume. Obviously, you've had success all over the world, but here in the WC on this particular show, you have 1 victory thus far on this show.
And how many losses? How many losses?
That'd be 0.
0. So
Goose
that
egg.
makes me what?
That makes you undefeated.
That's right. So shut up. Shut your whole face. Not just half your face, shut your face.
But talking about championships, Matt Stryker, Joe V, we got the legacy champion in there, Jeremy Blanchard. How come you don't have your, we got a cover?
Big Duke, the man from Philadelphia there with the legacy champion, Jeremy Blanchard.
From where?
He says Philadelphia. That's what it says on it.
Just like, really? Do you know how
take it
politically
up with
incorrect that is?
I have nothing to do
Are
with
you
it.
friends with Donald Sterling, too?
All
Like,
right.
you're awful.
These two men, Jeff Aiken, have been going back and forth in a series of matches for the Legacy Heavyweight Championship.
That's
but
right.
thus far, the veteran Jeremy Blanchard has come out on top.
Jeremy Blanchard, the one, the only legacy champion of all time. And Matt Stryker, I got to ask you,
Ugh,
I mean,
what?
I understand you're going after the WCWC
Right, what?
championship, but the legacy championship, that thing's just as coveted.
Yeah, but you have to understand something. That's only 80% of the revenue from the concession, the merchandise, and how many people come into the building.
You've really figured this out, haven't you?
Guys,
what?
I don't mean to interrupt, but we've got the Compton Colossus himself in there.
here we
7
go.
foot.
All you wanted to do was get in
Othello.
Compton Colossus. I
Have
know
you
what just
seen
did.
this man? Have you?
Seriously, I'm looking at him.
You
It's
have
television.
been there with
Anyway,
some of the biggest
back
stars
to
in
your
wrestling.
question.
Yeah.
Why am I going after Danny Duggan's title? Because Danny Duggan's title is a full percentage of the gate. That means for every fan that buys a ticket, I get at least 30% of that.
Wow.
I also get 50% of the merchandise, 50% of the concession, no matter where we are. Think about it.
That's a lot of percents.
Yeah, thanks.
Were you a
Hi.
math teacher? Just out of curiosity.
Social studies, but I
Social
paid
studies?
attention.
Well, there we go. Grappler 3 now in the ring. This is the man who was the chosen one by the legendary grappler himself, the Pacific Northwest heavyweight champion many times. He chose this man to carry on the legacy, if you will, the moniker of the grappler. So he is Grappler 3, 3.0, if you will, Jeff Aiken.
G3, we like to
G3.
call him
Wait,
right there.
Listen, the two of you need to stop. Stop LOLing, stop ROTFLing, YOLO,
Hashtag, why are you telling me
Yeah,
what to say?
seriously,
Hashtag, I know what I'm
stop
doing.
texting us with your mouths.
Hashtagging outside of Twitter.
Hate you both.
OMG. All right. Here we have Jeremy Blanchard now working on the, was that an ankle lock? You tell me. You're the
What
man
is
who
that?
did-
That's called a leg.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, he's working on, he's got the scissors around the ankle there, as you can see.
Oh, God.
Well, we haven't even brought it up yet, but who's sitting there ringside? None other than the grappler, 7-time Pacific Northwest champion, who's leading the Wrecking Crew to the damage that they've been doing. And what does he do every time he gets in the ring, Joe? Every time his people are in the ring, he gets himself involved.
Now, do you guys understand what's going on? Do you understand that the grappler gets a percentage of these three men payday?
We're familiar with
absolutely.
that.
So
yeah.
that's how that works.
I understand.
Get it?
Yeah, I have an
Grappler's
age,
a smart.
unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah, wait a second. I'm kind of okay. I get this. Let me just talk it out because I understand that I'm a little bit smarter than the fans at home, a little bit. So if you're going
Okay.
after a percent of something, if he's getting a percent of 3 of you, that's pretty sweet.
You're an idiot. Like, just really straight up hashtag idiot.
Hashtag idiot.
Do you have a Twitter?
Oh, of course.
What is your Twitter?
At Jeff T. Aiken.
Okay, I will be sure to block you.
You block me? What's your Twitter?
Can't tell you.
You can't?
No.
Is it at Mr. Teacher Striker?
Sure.
The man?
Sure.
that
I don't mean to interrupt
knows
this
social
love
studies?
fest, but we do have a 6-man main event going on right now. Othello dropping a TKO Cody Smith there to the mat, and here comes Grappler
Compton
3.
Colossus.
Well, that is what
Even
he's
though
called,
he's
the
not
Compton
from
Colossus.
Compton at
He
all,
is,
actually.
he is
He's
actually,
from Burbank.
they announce him as being from
No,
Compton,
he's from
California.
Burbank.
Okay, well, you tell that to him. I'm not going to.
He's from Watts.
Okay, well, fair enough. He's announced as being from Compton, so I don't know what to tell you. You can take it up with him, because I'm not going to even approach that
Well,
man.
TKO Cody Smith's in there with Grappler 3. Grappler 3. Oh, a double clothesline. Both guys are down. Referee's going to lay down a 10 count,
You know what,
maybe.
guys, maybe I'm going to retract the statement here. You know what? Danny Duggan's not bad. I've been watching his footwork. I've been watching his intensity, and the people seem to get behind him. Maybe I've underestimated this guy. It doesn't mean
Really?
that I can't beat him, but maybe not in 6 or 8. Give me 10.
10?
Give me 10 minutes.
But you understand, Matt Stryker, that
do
Danny
understand,
Duggan
Matt
is not only the WC champion,
Whoa,
he's also
look out.
jacked and fanny packed.
That's so stupid. Shut
All
up.
right, Big Duke, the freshman in the ring there, taking down Jeremy Blanchard, the Legacy Heavyweight Champion. 2 freshmen in there right now. Matt Stryker, look out, big boot from the Big Duke.
There we go to the cover.
1, 2. That's not going to be enough to put away the Legacy Heavyweight Champion,
Now,
Jeremy
see,
Blanchard.
I hate this. What do you need the people to clap for? Just continue beating your opponent up.
Well, he is getting the crowd behind him. Big Duke is quite popular here with the, look at that.
Wow. He's also the strongest man in the world.
1, 2. Grappler 3 making the
Hey,
break
get
up
Danny
there.
Duggan out of there. Why? He breaks rules. Suspend him. Put his title up for grabs. Oh, boy.
Look out. The big man's in there.
Yeah, look, 2 guys don't know what to do with this man.
Double clothesline
Yeah.
attempt there by Othello.
Whoa.
Double drop kick by Danny Duggan. And TKO Cody Smith.
Oh.
Big Duke with a clothesline. But Othello landed on his feet.
Once
Matt.
again.
Whoa. But he's hobbled. It looks like the big man is hobbling around
Man,
there.
This Danny Duggan, I mean, he doesn't back down at all from
No.
Othello. This is crazy. Why would you?
Grappler trying to get in the way, and Danny Duggan is just trying to just take that knee out.
Othello has
In the
been
mean-
hobbled
Yes,
there.
but meanwhile, the 2 legal men
right.
in the ring
In the
are
ring.
Jeremy Blanchard and Big
Big
Duke.
Duke. Oh! Knee right across the face of Jeremy Blanchard. 2, 3.
Whoa!
And a victory for Big Duke, Cody Smith, and the Hot Shot.
Your winners of the match, the team of Hotshot Danny Duggan, Big Duke, and TKO Cody Smith.
Wow, well, what an impressive victory for the, hold on. Jeremy Blanchard upset about catching the fall there by Big Duke.
This is my kind of fight, boys.
Duggan
Matt's-
making his way
Matt
back
Stryker
into the ring.
taking off his headset. What's going on here?
We're just
Where's
wrapping
Matt
up.
Stryker going?
Matt,
Hold on a
we're-
sec. Matt Stryker has left the announce position. Danny Duggan's
Oh,
still in
no.
the ring. Look out.
Duggan.
Here
look
comes
at-
Matt
come on.
Stryker. To the back of the heavyweight champion, Danny Duggan. And down goes Duggan. Stryker said he wants a heavyweight title shot. And now he's talking all sorts of noise to the heavyweight champion. Here come Big Duke and Cody Smith. And now Matt Stryker heading for safer ground. But it looks like the damage has been done on the heavyweight champion. Whew.
No better way to ask for a title shot than take out the champion himself. Stryker pointing to us.
Wow. Well, an impressive victory for Danny Duggan, Cody Smith, and Big Duke. But it looks like we've got a new issue with Matt Stryker and the Hot Shot, Danny Duggan.
I am the man,
Matt Stryker
says.
telling us he's the man. We'll see if that's the case next time we see you right here on PDX TV. Thank you for watching the West Coast Wrestling Connection. We'll see you next week.